Texans taking on the Baltimore Ravens.
From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 51 back in 2017, we are inside NRG Stadium in Houston. The scene from a few moments ago, this crowd enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from the locker room. And we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with the Baltimore Ravens. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Texan ball club entering play here. They come in off a loss in the opener last week. That one was on the road. Now they get their first. Two clubs here, each looking to rebound from a Week 1 loss as we're underway on EA Sports. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
First and 10.
Now we get our first peek at the Ravens offense, and at the helm, of course, the most valuable player of the NFL in 2019, Lamar Jackson.
And to me, he's one of the two most difficult guys in the league to game plan for in the NFL, and I add Patrick Mahomes in that category. But just about every team we talk to getting ready for Lamar Jackson says the exact same thing. We've got to slow him down running the football, yet no one's been able to really do it consistently. Now, the most impressive thing about his game to me, how he's developed as both a passer and a leader. His team believes in him.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone, and there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
First down, Ravens.
Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
7-yard line.
Second and 11 now. Here's the local Texas product, J.K. Dobbins. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more.
Down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And that will be incomplete.
Jackson's pass.
That's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on 3rd down. And 3rd down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a 4th down.
The Texans take over.
They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And a glance at the tall signal caller, standing 6'6".
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no way to really make that work. But I thought there were a lot of positives in watching his game tape. I think he's close to putting out a good performance. Let's see if he can flip those numbers around in this game. And, of course, rally his team to a win. You'd think being able to fire out and block it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
The ball carrier.
The numbers a week ago for Johnson. 16 carries, 96 yards.
And give him a ton of credit. He's running the ball really well, but I look at those guys up front. That unit is truly playing as just that. Every move that they make, their teammate understands what that move means and what they need to do. And right now, they're starting to grind it out pretty well.
12 yards is the pickup there, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
38-yard line.
A
A gain of 12. Brings up third and less than a yard.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And this will be a Texans first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
First down.
Good carry and pickup for a first down there by David Johnson, and he has a chance to fill a lot of voids for this Houston Texans team. They lost their 1,000-yard rusher from last year. Carlos Hyde went to Seattle, but back in 2016, David Johnson led the NFL in all-purpose yards with Arizona Cardinals. The Texans will be happy to see that guy all year long.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson.
Number 20.
Matt Judon there to bring him down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4. It's now
On the ground, this is Johnson. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Like a freight train off the edge, Calais Campbell with a sack.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. Ninth play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Hard throw, incomplete. So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
First carry now for Gus Edwards. And he's only able to work this from the 8 to the 10 for a pickup of 2. A look at the numbers last week for Edwards. 13 carries, 54 yards.
Well, watching the film, we saw that things clicked pretty well for them in the running game last week. No reason to change in my mind. Continue to try and run the football, give it to them early and often in hopes of breaking down the defense so some bigger gains result as the game goes on. And
that'll set them back 5. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. From the gun, it's Jackson. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. The big man, P.J. Hall, had the path to the QB there. We've seen a couple of Super Bowls start 2-0. The first score of this game could have very easily been a safety. That was close there.
It was close, and while it didn't happen in this game, it's funny you bring up the Super Bowls, because that would have been, what, Super Bowl 46, Giants-Patriots.
You're testing my memory.
And also Super Bowl 48, which was Broncos-Seattle, when the snap went over the head of the QB, and guess what? It was 2-zip Seattle right out of the gate.
And he's going to be taken down short of the first, right around the 15-yard line. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. And they had a long drive going last time, but it stalled out. But still, maybe something positive to carry forward from that last drive.
Well, a few different things that you carry forward. Number one, as you know,
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Matthew Judon in there to take him down.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Well, as we get ready for 3rd down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on 2nd down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long.
That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast
true.
start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. It's a script. Just what they're going through, but they're seeing different defenses. They're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
To Marquise Brown. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. At the 20.
Jackson going to give this one to Edwards. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Baltimore ball carrier brought down at the 30-yard line. A gain of 7 yards.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end.
Jackson's pass complete to Mark Andrews.
Partner, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed, his elusiveness, and the ability to get him on the ground, how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
Jackson going to tuck it down on the option. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 10 more there and another first down. I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Jackson going to run again. And he's taken down inside the 30. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. It looked like almost a miscommunication defensively, because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball. But the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
Jackson on first down. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. Nothing at all on that one. It'll be second down. No score after one on EA Sports.
With no score.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. From the gun, Jackson. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. The sack there by J.J. Watt.
There's a familiar sight. J.J. Watt with the sack, and he's absolutely a force of nature when he's on the field. Unfortunately, he's only played more than 8 games once in the last 4 seasons, but when he plays full-time, he ends up being in the running every time for NFL Defensive Player of the Year, an award he's won 3 times in the past.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Jackson from the shotgun, and that is incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it, sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made.
3, Texans nothing.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. I have a theory about it. You want to hear?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Edwards now on 1st and 10. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Right, P.J. Hall there to make the tackle.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10. At the
throwing on 2nd down. Jackson. He'll get this to Edwards out of the backfield. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll be 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4, and it's 3rd down.
Operating from the gun, Jackson. He's going to find his tight end Boyle. And he will have a Ravens first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Jackson going to look to do it himself. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. He had the option there, decided to keep it, exposed himself and fumbled it.
Yeah, and you worry about the hits he's going to take in that situation. In this case, not only does he take the hit, he coughs the ball up, as you noted.
Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown one interception. He wants to balance that off with at least one touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
It's a pickup of 3.
Here's a 2nd and 7.
At the 24.
McKinnon here, it's complete.
The pass.
That throw good for only a couple and brings up 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Rolling to his right. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
3-yard line.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Open man, the tight end fails. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
2nd and 1 at the 42-yard line.
From the gun, a run for Johnson. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. A couple of first downs, has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Johnson. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And his throw here is incomplete. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Marlon Humphrey on the coverage.
They'll run it with Johnson. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Sliding out of the pocket. He may try and run for this. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a 1st down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Johnson. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage.
Right at the line.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes the defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. He'll wind up being stopped for no gain, and it'll lead to a 4th down.
They dialed up the blitz on third down, and your worry as a defense that they can hit you with a big play in that situation. Instead, the blitz pays off, able to rally to the football and make the play.
So on fourth down, Texan kicker Kaimi Fairbairn comes on.
A 29-yard attempt.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. And that will tie us at 3-3.
Ties the game at 3-3.
So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
A reminder, still some good games coming up here in Week 2 of the NFL. Later tonight, a rematch from that Super Bowl a few years back. New England visits Seattle up in the Northwest. And then on Monday night, we'll be there. The first regular season NFL game ever played in the state of Nevada. The New Orleans Saints and the Las Vegas Raiders from Allegiant Stadium. That should be something. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Looking to throw on second down. Jackson. That's complete to his running back, J.K. Dobbins. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line.
We're always talking about the athleticism we see from these guys on the field. How about the intelligence as well? He recognized that there was a screen pass on that one, broke off his pass rush, and got back to tackle the running back. That's great scouting and great reaction.
The Ravens on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15. From the gun, Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Here's Sam Cook now, as he's on to punt for Baltimore. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. There he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And he's been fun to watch run the football. We know he can pass, but using his legs effectively here in this one.
No doubt about it. Watch him maneuver in the pocket, out of the pocket, making the plays that he's making, which are breaking down the defense. I thought back to when we had our morning jog before the game, and I couldn't keep up with you. Those legs, they're valuable for his team.
The tackle made by L.J. Ford. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A reminder coming up at halftime. We'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Peters on the coverage.
They're going to look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Uses the stiff arm. Down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Jackson caught right side at Snead. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
And the Raven 1st down.
From the gun, Jackson. That's into the hands of Edwards.
Jackson.
That catch good for only a couple.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Operating from the gun, Jackson. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. So we've reached halftime in a low-scoring affair, just a pair of field goals. 3-3 is our score. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
2nd half ready to roll. 2 field goals, the combined output in half number 1. Could be first touchdown wins. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. Out comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here. We have not seen much on offense from either side these last few drives. It has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to. And if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. Now the throw going to Fuller, and he's got it. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 9.
Buying time to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
So the penalty yards marched off on the face mask. Here's 1st and 10. Running from the gun, Johnson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Calais Campbell on the stop.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
They go to Johnson again. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. A 3rd down now. And those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Jackson sacked. A fumble on the play.
We talk a lot about setting the tone to start the game. Well, you want to start the tone right in the 3rd quarter as well, and nearly lost a football there in their first drive.
And sometimes we overdo it when we talk about halftime adjustments and what teams are going to do. Most of the time it's just a matter of executing the game plan you brought in. But I'll guarantee you, they didn't draw that play up on the whiteboard at halftime. They're fortunate to retain possession.
Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Houston. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the 2nd half. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that. First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Another run here with Dobbins. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
J.K. Dobbins.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit. Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. This is Edwards. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Play action. Now Jackson. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the gun. Jackson, and he's got Snead. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Jackson to Snead that time. 1st down, Baltimore.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. A pair of 1st downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Operating from the gun, Jackson. Pass incomplete.
Jackson.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Gain on the play.
Jackson now to throw on 3rd down. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. They were trying to set up that screen, trying to get that screen to formulate. Took too long.
Ends up taking a sack, and that leads you to a couple of other questions. Number one, why don't you just get rid of the football near the screen guy so that you don't take an interception? But really the big one, they just took everything away, and he was really kind of flummoxed on that play and ended up taking the sack.
Here's Sam Cook now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now out comes Houston. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Again, it's Johnson. Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21.
Ball carrier.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's got his targets come. And he is going to have a Texans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That's good for a Texan 1st down, a 12-yard pickup. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that third down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Johnson. And he'll get this up to about the 40. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
47-yard line.
They'll set up a throw. And he swings one that's incomplete. 3rd quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10.
It's now 2nd and 10.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10.
On the coverage.
Back to throw here. Finding fouls complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point, and what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue, not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a 1st down.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
9-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. This is caught with a catch right side. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 25-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Johnson. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. Here's 2nd and 9. Just a yard on that last run.
Gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Rolling to his left. They'll try and run it. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
As a rookie quarterback, that's exactly how you endear yourself to your teammates. Give it up for the cause. It's also how you end up on the training table, too.
Yeah, it's a catch-22. Coach doesn't like it. Teammates love it. Where do you fall on it?
Well, I fall on wanting to endear yourself to your teammates, but pick your spots. Be smart about it. They need you for the full season.
Yeah, the rookie's going to learn as he goes. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
That's an excellent stop right there here in this tie game. They're doing their best to hold the fort and at least force a field goal attempt.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Johnson again. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
Now 3rd and goal.
Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line.
Marlon Humphrey on the tackle.
That was a good effort there, trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front 7 can get him down.
Amy Fairbairn on for the field goal. A 20-yard attempt.
Fairbairn able to put this one through. And it's now 3-0 Texans.
Texans 6, Ravens 3.
We still wait on the first touchdown of the game, but a second field goal now makes it a 6-3 score.
Yeah, I know a lot of people would call this the definition of winning ugly. To me, this is gorgeous. I'm a defender, right? I love these kind of games. The tension is high. Who's going to make the play to win it? And right now, that field goal may be the advantage they need.
At their own 24-yard line.
Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. This pass into the arms of Snead, and they're able to get this one across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
And the Raven first down.
From the gun, it's Jackson. That's into the hands of the tight end, Boyle.
Jackson's pass.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Jackson throwing on target to Brown, and he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Gain of 6. First down.
To throw again is Jackson. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Throwing again, Jackson. He's got it in wide open, complete. And he'll be pulled down as a penalty flag will rein in as well, and that would appear to be a face mask. Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Jackson will throw again. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Whitney Merciless barreling in for the sack.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson, and that'll be complete to Dobbins. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
It's a gain of 6. And it's
3rd. Jackson from the shotgun. He gets this underneath to Dobbins. And he'll be stopped short of the first down right around the 18-yard line. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And Tucker, the former Longhorn, puts this one through. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied.
6-6.
Well, you talk about clutch. That one was right down Broadway, and this game's all even here in the 4th.
Yeah, he didn't leave any doubt, did he? Good snap, good hold, dead center. Almost like a big-time golfer in a major, firing at a pin from the fairway, trying to win the tournament going down the stretch.
At their own 22-yard line.
Houston set to take over, and we essentially have a brand-new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this 4th quarter. They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. They begin the drive with Johnson, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He's got his tight end. It's Fells. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Stepping up, he's going to... And a loose football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
On the play.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. The fumble recovery certainly has put them in the driver's seat. 1st and 10, all tied here in the 4th. After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. He's going to find his tight end Boyle. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson will find Dobbins out of the backfield. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
1st down, Baltimore.
Jackson going to give this one to Edwards. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
From the gun, Jackson. Now left side here to Bryant. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
That was impressive to me because while it was a pass play, they still rallied to the football like they were filling running lanes, and they were able to put the receiver on the ground.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to break our 4th quarter tie. And Tucker, the former Longhorn, puts this one through. And the Ravens strike first at 3's him.
Ravens 9, Texans 6.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown? Let's seal this thing.
Their own 27-yard line.
Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And they really need to forget about their last time out, the turnover that led to a field goal. So now they try to regroup, trailing in the final quarter. Obviously, they'd love a touchdown, but 3 would suffice. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
The pass.
A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
At the 33-yard line.
And the pressure gets there. He'll go down. It's a sack. And it is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Going right side here, and that's complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Open man, the tight end fails. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Flush to his right. Now he'll pull it down. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down. He'll drop this down to Johnson underneath. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
7 brings up 2nd and 3.
He'll get this underneath to David Johnson. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. This is caught. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
How many people watching this one right here gave up? Because that score, they might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
Yeah, what looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although a little bit of time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one because you and I, we're not going anywhere. We want to see this one play out.
Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. This one through to make it a 13-9 game now. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it's capped off by the late touchdown that puts him out in front here in the final minute of the contest. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From the 6. And now a little across the 25 to the 27.
Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens, here they come. Down 13-9, a little over 20 seconds to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down. Back to throw. And that one drops to the ground. Incomplete. Clock stops here just inside of 20 seconds. 19 left.
It's 2nd down and 10.
He'll look to throw. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Andrews. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Murray. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And I think the game balls need to be distributed on the defensive side of the football, and I bet that you would agree.
Yeah, if you hold a team under 10 points, that's a job well done. Really well done. So I would say game balls for every starter and every key player who participated in this game.
Now, see, I only like one game ball. You're handing out multiple. Although I set you up by saying game balls plural, but
I like where we're going with this. You say one to represent like the best player of all of that, and I say multiples so that you keep everyone motivated and involved.
You're a man of the people.
I'm a man of the people. I thought I was the only child.
You get a game ball, and you get a game ball. Game balls for everybody. So for Houston, they make amends for their Week 1 loss by winning their home opener. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll get a home date next week